here for week 2 of Kids Elective. Welcome back. I hope you had a great week this week doing whatever you were doing. Why don't you throw a little message in the chat box, wherever it is on the screen, and say, hey, I'm here. And maybe give a out of 10, how was your week? 1 being it was a terrible week, 10 being it was the most amazing, superbly awesome, fantastical kind of a week. So give a 1 or a 10 and just say, hey, I'm here. All right, we are just about ready to dive in, but I do have one question for you because I want to get to know who you are, and it's fun to get to know who our other Kid Elective friends are. So here's a question that I want you to think about. What is your favorite thing to have for dinner? I find this a very difficult question because I don't actually know what my favorite thing is to have for dinner because there's too many foods that I really like. So write in the chat, what's your favorite thing to have for dinner? I think if I were to choose one, I would say salmon. Does anyone else like salmon? That's what I really like. All right, throw it in the chat box. What's your favorite thing to have for dinner? If you are new this week because you were invited by another Kid Elective friend, I want to say welcome here. We are so excited to have you, and I hope that you enjoy your experience tonight. So let's dive into our activity for today. We are going to hop over and join Nico and Luca and do a little bit of soccer. You ready for this? Here we go.
Hi, my name is Luca and I'm in grade 7.
Hi, my name is Nico and I'm in grade 4.
And we're gonna go teach you some soccer. Let's go outside. Before you start playing, you should always do a quick stretch or warm up. Start by stretching your arms like this. After that, you should try stretching your legs by pulling them back like this. Now you're all warmed up and you can start playing. When you warm up with the ball, you should do toe taps. you should be good to go and start practicing. After you're all warmed up, you can practice with a sibling or a parent. When you pass, always try to pass with the side of your foot so you can get more accuracy. And also accept it with the side of your foot. When accepting the ball, always either accept it on the side of your foot or you should accept it by trapping your foot on the ball. And when you pass the ball, always make sure to give a lot of power into the pass with the side of your foot. Once you're all warmed up and ready, you can start using the pylons. The pylons will act like they're other players, so you can learn how to get around them and to score. You can start by dribbling around the pylons. Remember to use the inside of your foot and the outside of your foot. Also, feel free to use your left foot and your right foot. come up with other ways to use your pylons. They can be used for a lot of things. With our pylons, we made a net. Your sibling or a parent can pretend to be the goalie. When you shoot, try to use the side of your foot. If you use your toe, you'll either get hurt or the ball will go flying away. Using the side of your foot doesn't hurt and you can aim better. He stopped my shot there, but a good way to try to score is to try to aim for the inside of a pylon. So then if he's in the middle, the ball will go down there and he'll have a harder time stopping it. Another cool trick you can try to do is flick the ball up in the air and hit it with your foot. See how many times you can hit it up. It's fun because you can do it by yourself or with someone else. you for joining us to learn some soccer. Bye.
So thanks Nico and Luca for teaching us some soccer skills. You guys are wildly talented, and I'm really glad that you could teach us some skills, and hopefully maybe we can hone in and become as professional as you one day. I think I aspire to be that. Okay, so last week we learned about the story of Esther from the Bible. If you can remember the skit that we did, if you weren't here last week and wanted to see it, you can jump back and go find it. But this week we are gonna go meet with Krista, and if you come to North Park Fanshawe, you'll know who Krista is, and if you haven't met her yet, you're gonna love her. And she's gonna talk to us a little bit about the story of Esther and what that might mean for us. So let's go meet with Krista.
Oh, hi everybody, it's Krista. You caught me practicing my superhero poses. Do you like superheroes? My family and I really enjoy watching superhero movies. Do you have a favorite? You an Iron Man fan or a Spider-Man fan, or who's your favorite? Is it Superman or Wonder Woman? Maybe you have a favorite that I haven't even heard of before. Well, I really do enjoy superheroes, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a superhero. And would you believe me if I told you that you could be a superhero too? It's for real. I'm not making it up, and it is not a movie. You know, last week you learned about the story of Esther. And just as a quick recap, let's remember what happened. So Esther was a Jewish woman who was chosen by a king because of her beauty to become his new queen. And she kept her, the fact that she was Jewish, hidden from the king, who was the king of Persia at the time. When it came to the point when all of the Jewish people, her people, were at risk of being killed by kind of an evil guy named Haman, it came down to Esther deciding if she could try to do something for her people. And as you remember from the story, she held 2 different banquets and risked her life twice by approaching the king to ask for his favor, for some help, basically. And she was given the answer to what she was asking for. The king listened to her, he believed her, and a whole new set of rules was created because of Esther that ended up saving the Jewish people. That is an amazing story of someone who is brave and courageous, like a superhero. Esther even, used strategies to hide her identity. Now, she didn't wear a mask. She didn't cloak herself in a special costume like Clark Kent so no one would know he's Spider-Man. No, she didn't do anything like that. She just never told anybody about her background. She did that as a way to keep herself safe. But in the end, it came to be that because Esther was Jewish and because she had already been loved and respected by the king, he listened to her. And all the Jewish people were saved. Do you know, even the Jewish people, because of what Esther did, created a special annual festival and celebration, a special holiday to remember that special event that happened when what Esther did. And that's called Purim. So what can we learn from Esther? Can we all be superheroes like Iron Man or Spider-Man or Batman? No, we're not going to be, jumping off buildings and spinning webs out of our wrists, but we can be superheroes just like Esther. Esther taught us that when you listen to God and you trust what He has said about you, when you believe and trust that God has placed you to be right here, right now, as the Bible says, for such a time as this, then you can go forward and be brave, even if you feel scared, even if you are feeling like I don't know if this is gonna work out. I'm probably in danger. This is not feeling right and I'm nervous. But God said, I've been put here for such a time as this. You and I can be heroes, just like Esther. We can trust God. We can trust God because He gives us peace. He gives us peace inside of ourselves, inside that deepest part of knowing of ourselves, that we can do sometimes the things that are hard, that are scary, that are maybe even other people might think that's nuts. But if God has spoken to us, then we can trust Him and He will give us peace, even though our feelings tell us we might be nervous. Esther is a superhero, and you can be a superhero of faith just like her. It was great to see you.
Wow, thanks to Krista for teaching us. There's so much to learn there, and hopefully what she said maybe it was something that you learned or you thought was interesting. Okay, now we're gonna jump over to our friend Pam, who we met last week, and she is gonna go through our memory verse together. And let's keep going because we want to memorize it so it sticks, one or the other, in our brain and in our heart. So let's jump over and meet with Pam.
Hey everyone, it's Pam and it's time for our memory verse. So last week we learned the actions for our memory verse in hopes that it would help us remember, right? Did it help you? Have you been practicing? No? Yes? That's okay. We're going to do it right now together. So our memory verse is from Psalm 28 verse 7, and here we go. The Lord is my strength and my shield. I trust Him with all my heart. Okay, now I'm going to test you. Are you ready? I'm going to do the actions, and I want you to say the memory verse. So watch my actions, and maybe they'll help you to remember what you're supposed to be saying. Are you ready? Did you get it? How did it go? Let's do it one more time together. The Lord is my strength and my shield. I trust Him with all my heart. And where is it from? Psalm 28, verse 7.
Well, we are now done week 2 of Kids Elective, and it was such a fun time being together. I hope you had fun doing soccer and learning a little bit about the story of Esther and learning and memorizing that memory verse a bit more together. But we are going to jump to week 3 next week. Make sure that you think about a friend that you could invite that has not been involved in the experience, because it's way more fun to do together, and they know that their pack is free because it's already been paid for. So make sure you do some inviting this week. But I will see you next week, and I so look forward to week 3.